Have you ever pondered why Earth, our beautiful planet, is blue? This azure hue you've come to recognize isn't a mere coincidence, but a reflection of sunlight ricocheting off the vast expanses of our oceans and through the wisps of our atmosphere. It's the color we've associated with our home, a symbol of life in the stark vastness of space. But what if I told you that the color of our planet is shifting? That's right, the signature blue we've grown accustomed to is gradually changing, and it's not due to some cosmic phenomenon or stellar interference. No, this change is happening right here on Earth, due to our own actions. Climate change, a term we've heard echoed time and time again, is not only altering our weather patterns and ecosystems, but is also subtly changing the color of our world. Imagine a world where our blue planet isn't quite so blue anymore. Climate change, a phrase you've likely heard 1,000 times, but how does it tie into the color of our planet? Let's delve into the science of it all. At the heart of climate change lies the greenhouse effect, a phenomenon that's as natural as the air we breathe. It's the Earth's way of keeping itself warm, creating a blanket of gases around our planet. However, we humans have tipped the scales, dumping an excess of these greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, chiefly carbon dioxide. This surplus of carbon dioxide is like adding extra blankets on a warm night. It traps more heat, leading to an overall rise in Earth's temperature. So where does all this extra carbon dioxide come from? The answer is simple: us. Our insatiable appetite for fossil fuels, deforestation, and industrial processes have all contributed to an alarming rise in carbon dioxide levels. Since the dawn of the Industrial Revolution, we've seen carbon dioxide concentrations leap from 280 parts per million to over 400 today, a level not seen in millions of years. This rise in temperature is not just about hotter summers or milder winters. It's leading to a rapid melting of ice caps, those vast expanses of frozen water that reflect sunlight back into space, helping to cool our planet. But as they shrink, less sunlight gets reflected and more gets absorbed by the ocean. This creates a vicious cycle, where warming leads to melting, melting leads to less reflection, and less reflection leads to more warming. It's easy to forget that our planet is a delicate balance of colors. The white of the ice caps, the blue of the oceans, the green of the forests, all contribute to the Earth's ability to regulate its temperature. As these ice caps melt, our planet's color palette begins to shift. And with this shift, we're witnessing the color of our planet change right before our eyes. As our ice caps melt and our oceans warm, we're left with a less blue, more green planet. This isn't just a cosmetic makeover, it's a serious indication of the dramatic changes happening right beneath our feet and above our heads. Now let's paint a picture of how this happens. Picture the Earth from space. You'd probably imagine a strikingly blue sphere, right? That's because about 70% of our planet is covered in water. But as ice caps melt due to rising global temperatures, more and more land is exposed. This land, especially in the warmer months, is covered in greenery, thus adding more green to our previously blue planet. But it's not just about the land. The oceans themselves are changing color too. As the oceans warm, they become a more hospitable environment for algae. These tiny, often microscopic organisms begin to thrive in unprecedented numbers, creating what we call algae blooms. These blooms lend the water a green hue. And it's not just any green, it's a troubling shade that signals an imbalance in our ecosystem. Algae blooms can have serious impacts on marine life, often depleting the water of oxygen and making it difficult for other species to survive. In essence, our planet is donning a new color palette, one that is less blue and more green. And while some might argue that green is the color of life, in this context, it's a symbol of a world thrown off balance. This change is not just visible from space. It's evident in the receding shorelines, in the unusual heat waves, in the unprecedented storms. Our planet's color change is a reflection of the climate crisis we're experiencing here on the ground. It's a stark, visual reminder that our actions have consequences, that our planet is reacting to the pressures we've placed on it. Our planet's new hue is a stark reminder of the impact of climate change. It's a wake-up call, a call to action, a plea from the Earth itself for us to take notice and make a change. So what does a greener planet mean for us and future generations? Well, it's not exactly the lush greenery of thriving forests that we're talking about here. It's a stark reflection of a planet under stress, a planet in peril. This green hue, a sign of an ailing Earth, is a symptom of a much larger issue: climate change. Beyond just the color of our planet, climate change has far-reaching implications. Picture this: rising sea levels that could submerge coastal cities, forcing millions to abandon their homes. Imagine Venice, the city of canals, completely underwater. Think of Miami, the magic city, turned into a modern-day Atlantis. This isn't just a possibility, it's a reality we could face if we don't act now. Consider, too, the increased frequency of extreme weather events. We're not talking about an extra snow day or two. We're discussing life-threatening hurricanes, devastating wildfires, and debilitating droughts that pose a serious threat to human life and livelihoods. These are not distant threats. They are happening now, faster than we anticipated. Then there's the threat to biodiversity. As the planet warms, habitats change, and many species struggle to adapt. The polar bear, the snow leopard, the koala, iconic species that we've grown up adoring, face an uncertain future. Their loss would not just be a blow to the natural world, but a loss of the intricate web of life that sustains us all. It's a grim picture, isn't it? But it's not one set in stone. We have the power to change the course. We have the knowledge, the technology, and the capacity for innovation. What we need now is the will to act, to make the changes necessary to protect our planet and our future. Climate change isn't just about a greener planet, it's about a planet in peril. But remember, it's also about the incredible opportunity we have to shape a better, more sustainable future. Our actions today will determine the color and fate of our future planet. You might be wondering, what can I do to help? Well, each of us holds a piece of the puzzle in our hands, and we can all play a part in solving this global issue. It starts with understanding your carbon footprint. This is the total amount of greenhouse gases produced directly or indirectly by your actions. It's like your own personal exhaust cloud, and the smaller you can make it, the better. You can do this by making small changes in your daily life, like choosing to walk or bike more often instead of driving, reducing your consumption of meat, or even just turning off lights when you leave a room. But reducing your carbon footprint is just the first step. We also need to support renewable energy. This means advocating for wind, solar, and hydroelectric power whenever possible. It means choosing energy providers who prioritize these sources and investing in renewable energy technologies yourself if you can. In addition to personal changes, we can also use our voices to advocate for climate policies. We can vote for leaders who prioritize the environment, and we can encourage businesses to do the same. We can demand transparency from corporations about their carbon emissions and hold them accountable for their impact on our planet. And remember, you don't have to do this alone. Join a local or online community of like-minded individuals who are also passionate about climate change. Share ideas, collaborate on projects, and support each other in your efforts to protect our planet. The Earth is not just a planet, it's our home, and it's the only one we've got. The actions we take today will shape the world we live in tomorrow. So let's make those actions count. Let's ensure that our children and their children can look up at a sky that is still beautifully blue. So the question isn't really what can you do to help, it's what can't you do? Because when it comes to preserving our planet, every little bit helps. Together, we can ensure our beautiful blue planet remains just that, beautifully blue.